So Miss Delilah teaches my son Garrett in Sunday school, and she also taught Landon. And she is just wonderful. We just love her. She's a blessing to everybody. She is good at loving on the babies and teaching them in Sunday school, and they definitely learn about Jesus. And we just couldn't ask for a better person to be in there with them and to love on them and to care for them. And we know that it's so much more to Miss Delilah to come in and do this with these children. It's serving for her, but it's also her loving on them and really caring for them. And we're so grateful for her, and we just love her to pieces.
Because we play games. She tells us about Jesus. My Sunday school teachers because they teach me good stuff, and they talk to me about Jesus. We make lots of cards for people.
I think my Sunday school teacher is awesome because he always makes everything funny and cool, and it's really fun being in that class.
I love my Sunday school teacher because when we don't understand things, she tries to make sense of it.
Miss Diane and Mr. Eugene have helped me feel welcomed in this church because they pray for me and they influence me to do good in soccer and horse riding. They're really nice, and they welcome everybody and they love everyone.
Having Bradley and Miss Jane as Sunday school teachers has really showed me that they have a lot of patience for us, and they're people that we can come to for anything.
Hi, I'm Carol Woodside, and I'd like to tell you about the New Life class taught by Alton Hessen. Alton's been a Sunday school teacher for 50 years, and that's amazing. It's been a blessing to be a part of his class for 31 years. He's taught us so much about the Bible and the people and the history and God's plan. But more than teaching, he's taught us what it means to be a Christian in his love, obedience, and daily walk with God. Is an example to us all. I'm sure everyone in our class would agree that he's more than just a teacher. He's our mentor, our prayer warrior, our friend, our family, and a true man of God. I am grateful for every lesson that he has taught us and his faithfulness to God. And while he has stepped back a little, he is still and always will be our teacher. We love you, Alton.
How has Trent Riley impacted my life? In many ways. Trent has set an example of a truly devoted husband, father, now grandfather, and a shepherd to the Rolling Stones, and that's not an easy task. As you can imagine, trying to shepherd a bunch of stones rolling down a hill would be a difficult task. Everything's from the heart. His life experiences, his family stories, his caring for his family, he shares those and opens himself up and becomes very vulnerable. So as a man, I respect that greatly because I know Trent's founded in Jesus, and I want to be more like that. So from the Rolling Stones, Trent, thank you very much for your life and your teaching.
Corey and Frankie are my Sunday school teachers. They mean a lot to me. Their lives have very much impacted mine, I think, and probably everybody else in the classrooms as well. I feel like and I think everybody else does too, we can say whatever we want in our classroom, and there's no judgment. It's more of I had a big mom fail, or this happened this week and it was just a horrible week, and this, that, and the other, and there's no judgment you shouldn't be that way, or it's more of oh yeah, we've been there, we've done that. It's very open. I don't ever feel I can't say that because they'll think, she's really not a Christian, or she's really not this, because I don't feel that way in our room at all. Corey and Frankie, I really appreciate you, and thank you for teaching our class.
I first met Susie through an Immerse group where we studied a book called Unqualified, and Susie was really one of the first people that I encountered that truly showed me that even though sometimes in your life that you are broken or you come across things that you don't think that God could use you, and she has been an inspiration for me. So when she started to do her Sunday school class, I really think that that was the beginning of some spiritual maturity for me, and I consider her a friend, and she is my go-to person whenever I have a question or just a concern that I feel like she would be authentic and real with me, and she is just a wonderful person to have in my life.
I want to speak a few words to acknowledge and to honor Nathaniel Riley. Nathaniel teaches the Bridge Sunday School class. The Bridge class is young adults, some college students, mostly singles, some early in their work careers, and this is probably the hardest Sunday school class to keep track of and to teach in the church. And it's the case in a lot of churches. A lot of people are gone to school and they come back seasonally, and it's just kind of hard to keep a consistent group in there. It takes somebody who's really patient and determined, and Nathaniel is that, and I really appreciate that about him. Nathaniel gives himself on a weekly basis, going into class, not knowing if he's going to have 6 or 8 people, or if he's not going to have anybody show up because of the nature of that class. And he just does a great job, and he has the right attitude and the right spirit, and he never gets down. Nathaniel's a student of the Word who senses God's call upon his life, and not only has he persevered with his class, but he has persevered with his future and his education, and just found out this past week that he's been admitted into Trevecca for his college career. And so I'm so excited and thrilled for Nathaniel in that. Nathaniel, we appreciate all that you have given and continue to give to the Bridge class, and we are excited for your future, and we are with you. We love you, brother. Thank you so much.
I appreciate Annetta Sykes for many reasons. I know her as a genuine Christian. I know that she loves the Lord and she loves people. Her educational background and her life of service qualify her not only to be a good teacher, but also to be a good role model for me and many others. I know that she prays for me and for our Sunday school class members, for our church family, and for our community. Her friendship, therefore, means a lot to me. She encourages, motivates, and challenges me to keep learning and growing in service. Thank you, Annetta, for your dedication and your friendship.